Welcome to Spelling This Week. Looks like we're on Unit 4, Week 5. Make sure that you have these things with you so you're ready to do this. Make sure you cut the words out. Make sure you say the words. Do all the things that we're doing, and it'll help you be a better reader, and it will help you be a better speller. And it will help you be a better writer because you'll have a bigger variety of words to pick from as you're writing your stories. So make sure you have your beautiful pencil. Make sure you have your pair of scissors to cut out your words, your spelling book. And if you forget your spelling book, okay, go ahead and write them out. But just know you need to make sure you get them written back into your spelling book so you can look at them later. So if we look at some of our words from earlier, see, there's my Unit 2, Week 3 words, where I was coffee. Oh, there's my consonants plus LE. Just a bunch of stuff. So, and of course, you need your spelling words. So let's get started. We're going to cut these out. Now, we're going to look at these words a little bit, and you're going to notice a couple things on them. It looks like there's a few words from last week on here, the jur and the chur. So those will probably be oddball words, right? So as you're doing this, you'll notice that there's a few of those that you can just take out. Go ahead and say them while you're laying them and write them underneath the, yes, the oddball. All right, there's our oddball right there. Okay, so let's get these cut out. Get this done. Looks like this week, and I'm going to cut this out because we're going to talk a little bit about this. It looks like we're going to be talking about ance, ence. Now this is going to be this is kind of straightforward. It's either an ance word or an ence word. But let's talk a little bit about what these words actually are. This is a suffix. The suffix comes at the end of a word. It may change the word a little bit, especially on the spelling, and it'll take it from one word to another. So let's put these words around, and let's look at some of these. Importance, balance, absence, performance, resistance, reluctance. Oh, one got away from me. Independence, dependence. Are you seeing there's a lot of ence, ance? And this is what you got to realize is you need to know the spellings of these so that you know when you're spelling them, if you're spelling them correctly or not, right? So, measure, there's a jur word. See that? Substance. There's a couple in here that have an ance word or an ence that really doesn't fit in the meaning of what we're doing. And so I need you to find this out, I guess you could say. Oh, rancher. There's a chur word and a jur. So you know where those are going to go right away, right? Those are going under your oddball. So let's get that under there. Let's get oddball, right? Let's get that up there so that you know that you can write those in anytime because you know what those are. Those are from last week. So let's get that one. Oh, I totally forgot. You have got to have a zip top bag. I knew there was something I was forgetting. There's usually 3 things. Don't forget your zip top bag. Had to get that off of the refrigerator. So there we go. All right. Let's do our ance. Let's put Unit 4, Week 5. That's where we're at right now. And we're doing ance, ence. So let's write that down here. ance. And it's actually, I'm going to put a dash before it because the dash means that it comes at the end of the word. So ence, even though we live in our area and we have people with this last name, that is not who we're talking about. We love them. We are thankful they are here because they help settle our city and our area. But that is not who we're talking about. So just thought I'd let you know that. All right, let's put this back here. And let's pick out a word and let's get with this thing we're calling ance, ence. Let's start with absent. Okay, absence. So we're going to put the ence here, absence. But what I want you to pay attention to is this. When I talk absence, I'm actually adding the ence from another word. And the other word would be absent. Exactly. So I'm just going to put a dash and put absent right here. And the reason I'm doing this is I want you to see this. Okay? An adjective, this word right here is an adjective. All right? So it actually, an adjective describes a noun. It modifies the noun. So if I take Mr. Anderson is absent, it's telling me what I am. Okay? So that's it. That's modifying who I am. All right? But when I take off this T and I add the CE, and that's where you can pay attention to this, whether we need an A or an E, is with this word. All right? But once I take this absent and I change it to absence, that actually changes this to a noun. So this is now a noun, and this is an adjective. It's a description word. All right? Isn't that interesting? I love it. So absence is actually a noun. So Mr. Anderson now has a absence, which is an idea, a person, place, thing, or idea. It's a thing, all right? An absence is now a thing. All right, now let's get into this one, resistance. I know you've had a little resistance to doing your homework sometimes, but don't. Just do it. Resistance. Resist. There is our adjective right there. Resist is the actual word that we're going to modify. If I'm going to resist, that is explaining what I am doing. It's modifying what I'm doing. And I add an ance to it, that changes it to a now. It's the resistance. It's an idea. It's a thing. So resistance. Resistance. It's kind of like it sounds like it's a French word. The French resistance. I don't know. Something like that. All right. So let's look at but let's do this. Let's do one of these, okay? Because you notice that it's a resist, and then there's a blank there, and then you add the ance. Well, that's not always the case. So we're going to do ignorance. Ignorance. Ooh, ignore. Oh, I put an E in there, but I need to take out that E, because that ignore is the actual word that we're going to modify, and we're going to change that to ance. So ignorance, even though that E is there at the end, we need to change it to an ance. All right? So these are going to be kind of words that you're going to have to I don't want to say memorize, but you're going to have to kind of memorize them. You're going to have to recognize what they're saying. And if you say them right, and we're not lazy sayers, speakers, we can say the words correctly. Ignorance, not ignorance. It's not ignorance. It's ignorance. Resistance, not ence. Absence, not absence. I'm not absent. I'm absent. So we've got to pay attention to that. Our speaking can actually help us in our spelling. All right? And so let's get into inference. Infer, which is the adjective, and I add ence, inference, and that changes it to a noun. It's a thing. The inference that I'm saying, that it becomes a thing, becomes an actual thing. So, pay attention to these words. You're going to have to read through them. I want you to think about where would the actual word be in there, because there is a couple of them in here that I do not think have a word that goes before it. Balance. Let's look at balance. Is there a word for balance without the ance? Bail? I don't think so. So balance, well, this ance, we're going to put this one, I'm going to put this one in oddball. Okay, so I'm going to put balance, unless you can look it up and find out, is Mr. Anderson wrong? I dare you. Find out if I'm wrong. And if I am, be gentle, but you can tell me. Okay? Find out. Let me know. There's a couple other ones in here. I want you to see, is there an adverb that goes with the noun? Okay, what word are we changing to ence or ance? What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay? So your job now is to take the rest of these words here, say them, write them, and think about what word goes with it. Okay, so we already did absent, absence, resist, resistance, ignore, ignorance, infer, inference. Interesting. And I'm going to have you write, I'm going to have you underline these. Okay, I would have you do something else, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you go this week. It's going to be kind of an easy week for you, I guess. Make sure you write these out. Get your oddballs in here. Get this written the way I want you to get it written. Check those out. Listen to the words. Say them the way they're spelled so you understand how they are said. Got it? Okay. Have a good week. Get them done. See ya.